Hi, this is Brandy, and you're watching the Broadway.com show. I love Broadway.com. I'm always on Broadway.com.
Welcome to the Broadway.com show, your weekly guide to everything happening on the Great White Way. Or as we like to think of it, the team that'll be submitting for next year's Best Musical Theater Spotify Playlist Pulitzer. That's a thing, right? Let's get started with the news. What's the buzz, Lindsay?
Amazing news, guys. After a run in Chicago in 2014, the new musical Amazing Grace will begin performances June 25th at Broadway's Nederlander Theater, starring Josh Young, Aaron Mackey, and Tony winner Chuck Cooper. Based on the true story of the song Amazing Grace and the man who wrote it, John Newton, the new musical features music and lyrics by Christopher Smith and a book by Smith and Arthur Giron. Thanks to Amazing Grace, this summer is starting to sound pretty sweet.
Award season kicked into high gear on April 20th with the announcement of the 2015 Outer Critics Circle Award nominations. Nobody at the OCCs thought something rotten was rotten because the new musical comedy walked away with a whopping 12 nods, including honors for stars Brian Darcy James, Christian Borle, John Cariani, and Heidi Blickenstaff. On the 20th Century also scored big with 9 nominations, including one for leading Dynamo, Kristen Chenoweth, and An American in Paris landed 8. What about the plays, you ask? Well, Wolf Hall got 7, while The Audience and The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime each walked away with 6. Naturally, there were some surprising snubs to swallow, but let's keep things positive and just say congrats to the nominees.
Jake Gyllenhaal has been bitten by the theatrical bug. After conquering Broadway in Constellations, he'll now make his musical theatre debut in Little Shop of Horrors. The Oscar nominee will be joined by SNL's Taran Killam, Tony winner Chuck Cooper, and the sci-fi musical's original headliner Ellen Greene in the Encore's off-center production. The cult fave will play 3 performances over July 1st and July 2nd, and we're hoping this is just the start of Gyllenhaal's career as a song and dance man.
Guess who's hosting the 69th annual Tony Awards? Well, actually, we don't know yet, but here's who is not doing it. 4-time Tony host Neil Patrick Harris. Broadway.com recently caught up with the Hedwig Tony winner, and he told us that after the enormous job of hosting this year's Academy Awards, he's taking a little respite from emceeing. So if we want to see NPH host something, we'll have to tune into his variety show on NBC this fall. And hopefully he'll have lots and lots of Broadway folks on it, or at least rap during the credits.
She's going from having one fine day to baking some bad baby pie. This week we confirmed that beautiful Tony winner Jessie Mueller will star in the new musical Waitress, based on the 2007 film. The musical, which features a score by Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Sarah Bareilles, will have its world premiere at the American Repertory Theater in Cambridge, Massachusetts this August. Directed by Tony winner and ART artistic director Diane Paulus, Waitress follows a pregnant, unhappily married diner server in the Deep South who makes very special pies. Sounds like a slice of musical theater pastry we can't wait to devour.
Hey, what's up? I'm Jerry O'Connell from Living on Love, and you are watching the Broadway.com show.
There's a new sweet transvestite coming to the small screen in Fox's new reboot of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But before the new science fiction double feature airs later this year, we asked you to rank the stars you'd like to see get dressed up in a corset and fishnets to play Frankenfurter in this week's Culturalist Challenge. The results are in: Christian Borle, Andrew Rannells, Billy Porter, Michael C. Hall, Chris Colfer, Jonathan Groff, Adam Lambert, Alan Cumming, Neil Patrick Harris, and in the #1 slot, Darren Criss. Great ideas, guys. Now we just have to wait until Fox announces the cast. We see you shiver with anticipation.
Thumbs up to the Pulitzer Committee for awarding the prize for drama to Stephen Adly Guirgis' Between Riverside and Crazy. The play centers on a retired cop threatened with losing his apartment while dealing with numerous family and legal complications. But what makes it special is how seamlessly this piece from the author of The Motherfucker with a Hat bounces between being edgy, profane, tragic, hilarious, and yes, a little crazy. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thumbs down to Madonna. The Great White Way bound Hamilton has had a multitude of celebrity visitors during its successful run at the public. And this weekend, the Material Girls stopped by. The hung-up diva opted not to hang up and reportedly spent much of the second act on her phone, apparently causing creator and star Lin-Manuel Miranda to ban her from going backstage after. Come on, Madonna, time for you to be an apologetic bitch.
Our tweet of the week comes from On the Town's Jackie Hoffman, who can't keep track of two buzzy Broadway shows about the big man upstairs. She tweeted, "I'm confused between the Jim Parsons show, Act of God, and that sock puppet thing." Jackie, that sock puppet play is called Hand to God, and it's about the devil hanging out in a church telling stories. The other one's about God hanging out in Studio 54 telling stories. Clearly, they both lost bets or something. You can follow this Broadway favorite at Jackie Hoffman 16.
Hi, I'm Megan Hilty.
And I'm Brian Gallagher, and you're watching the
Broadway.com show. It's like we rehearsed that. That was great.
Sure, Fun Home is the moving story of a grown woman coming to terms with her father's legacy, but it's also a show about crazy talented kids busting a move. They do it on stage every night, and they also did it at the opening night party at Urbo on April 19th. Bruce Glickis snapped this adorable dance floor pic of Sydney Lucas, Gabriella Pizzolo, Zell Steele Morrow, and Oscar Williams, undoubtedly celebrating the new musical's stellar reviews. Congrats, kids.
New musical comedy, It Should Have Been You, sends up wedding drama like never before. One old-fashioned tradition is to throw rice at the bride and groom, but I asked the stars on opening night if they were to upgrade that ritual, what would they like to fling at the happy couple? Their answers are this week's pop poll.
Why glass? My head was instantly glass. Throw glass at them. Raw eggs.
Powdered sugar.
Cheese. I would always want cheese. And
Diamonds.
Condoms are a good thing to throw.
Kit Kats.
If it was us, it would probably just be like
You
lots
can throw
of
candy at us.
Cash, you know, you can never have too much of that.
Every couple needs cash.
Barney's gift cards.
M&M peanuts would probably be good.
I think I would throw these Valentino shoes, but I think someone would get hurt.
Skittles, not so much.
David's Polish, so I'd say pierogies, but that might get messy for the dress.
Reese's, I like those.
We could go all Madame Butterfly and be rose petals.
Condoms, just throw. No, they shouldn't wear condoms anymore. They're married now. They got to consummate the wedding. How'd this talk about sex? We're talking about sex now. You can't let me go riff like that, please.
For the last 15 years, we've been getting to know all about this talented star of the week. Whether she's playing a wide-eyed tourist in Italy or a rough and tough 20s bootlegger, this 5-time Tony nominee has been consistently giving stellar performances throughout her esteemed Broadway career. As Anna in The King and I, she's delivering yet another vibrant performance. And this week, she celebrated opening night of the hit revival and her 39th birthday on the same day. Kelli O'Hara, we're whistling a happy tune because you're our star of the week.
Last week, we reminisced about a Broadway time of yesterday, the 2001-2002 season specifically, when Mamma Mia started its amazing run and Thoroughly Modern Millie battled it out with Urinetown for the Best Musical Tony Award. Millie won that race, but we wanted to know, which of those now classic musicals would you like to see back on the boards? Looks like Millie Dilmont is still the queen, earning 56% of your votes, while Urinetown had the privilege to play second with 44%. This week, news came out that two of our favorite funny ladies, who coincidentally both nailed the role of Cinderella in Into the Woods, have their eyes set on your Kindle. Yes, Laura Menanti and Anna Kendrick will both release books of humorous autobiographical essays. Sure, you love them both on Twitter, but whose book are you most itching to buy, Menanti or Kendrick? Tweet your vote to Broadway.com with the hashtag #BWaySmackdown and tune in next week to find out the winner.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Broadway.com show. We're leaving you with a video peek at Finding Neverland, the family-friendly musical that is making sure audiences' feet don't touch the ground. The show has already announced that along with the Broadway production, the tuna will go on a US tour in fall 2016. See you next week.